Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Eva Crisis, and today I'd like to bring you a guide for the La Pena Coast dungeon, which is one of the two very hard dungeons we currently have, and the recommended power is between 197 and 230 to 100,000. And for this dungeon all you need is the fire element and a circle sigil. But also you might want to bring a poison Esuna because the Assault Scorpion is very annoying with his poison missiles. However, those are 5 bosses we have in the dungeon. Sahagin Prince is accompanied by 2 Radoran defenders, which is one of the enemies we almost never see outside of the first soldier story. However, they are very easy to deal with. The Sahagin Prince, he can be dangerous. He buffs his attack up a lot, so ideally you want to deal with him as soon as possible. Blue Dragon, we all know him. He's also very easy to deal with. Icy Raven, same case, he's also accompanied by 2 veteran troopers, but they are just adds, so easy to deal with. Assault Scorpion, the only thing you can't reduce is the physical and magical defense down. And Gallonbaloir, you can inflict any status you want, and that it's all fine. For most of them you can inflict physical defense down, so you might want to bring that. And the dungeon map, we start here, and this path is closed, so we have to go this path, and this Assault Scorpion will be our first enemy. Then we can choose between those 3 bosses. Here's the dragon, here's that Icy Raven, and here's that Sahagin Prince. So you can choose which one you want to deal with first, because you can go either just here to that Sahagin Prince. Here you have, it's open to your decision. And here's the final boss, the Gallonbaloir, and in this dungeon we only have 1 rare chest, which is located here. And this is how my team looks like: Zack, Sephiroth and Cloud. Zack is my healer and debuffer. Sephiroth and Cloud are fire DPS. I pulled on a fire banner, so I am using them. And all my characters, they have a circle sigil. Sephiroth also has that fire blow sigil to deal DPS, and Zack as a healer, he also has the poison Esuna and the Cura materia on the all Cura slot to act like Fairy Tail. And that, just sub weapons to boost his heal. Sephiroth has the Radiant Edge to reduce fire resistance and that fire materia, and other than that it's just a stat stick. And those are just sub weapons that I could use ideally, so anything I really had here. Cloud, I put most into him because he's the main DPS with the Sky Splitter, and other than this Runra, everything else is just stat sticks on him. And on Cloud I tried to put as much fire potency as I could, so level 5. But other than that, that's it. And of course he has the Hellfire. Alright, and as I previously said, this path is blocked because if you go near it, it just breaks apart. So that's why the first boss is the one you have to do. And here you can always use those add phases. The first one to max out your stance. I'll switch to that just to save up stamina on him, or the ATB. And if the trooper is always the last one standing, he'll buff himself. But he's even easier to kill this way. And now the annoying scorpion. So beware, he will poison your characters, multiple characters, so it's up to you if you bring Esuna or you'll just try to out-heal him. I'll mostly try to stay on Zack. Because now he should... Oh, it's just increased power, so that's fine. You don't really have to worry about those magic attack buffs. Oh, and now it's the poison Esuna. So that's what I was waiting for. But if you know you can kill the boss quite fast, you don't have to worry about his buffs. Because he takes a long while before he actually charges his big attack. And now we have 3 bosses you can choose from. And the trance abilities, those are 3 the same. Fire potency plus 5, 10 and 15. However, those 2 they come with some risk because your physical and magical defense is lowered. So I will go with the safest route, the safest option, is we don't really need to perform really high to get S+. And ideally, I might want to go to here first, yeah. Sahagin, I want to have my limit break for him. Because Sahagin is with those 2 troopers, and those 2 are very annoying. So I just want to deal with them very quickly as Sephiroth, and here I can switch to Zack to heal myself, and now just kill the boss. Should be fine, and most likely we should have... Yes. Oh, that was even faster. This boss he isn't dangerous at all. I am much more scared of Sahagin. Yes, he buffs his physical attack and also those 2 troopers as well, and they can heal him. So he may not look like much, but he can be dangerous. And later on, when the dungeon levels up, so it becomes harder, he can actually one-shot one of your characters. And physical attack plus 5 magical, and here's physical attack debuff. Ideally you want to bring some physical DPS users, so I would choose physical attack plus 5. And Sahagin. Just a sliver. Yeah, it should be fine. For example, if you do not have Sephiroth with Radiant Edge, you can use just Fire Blow, and this should be fine. Yes, now I have Hellfire, and I think it should be enough. I will do everything I can to not be hit with that attack because it's very dangerous. Yes, that's enough. Hellfire on weak to fire enemies, it's very OP. However, if you cannot kill Sahagin very fast, then ideally you want to debuff his physical attack, but that's why you want to do some other bosses to have that Hellfire ready for him. And here you can choose the same thing, physical or magical attack, or here you can choose plus 10, but your magic attack will be lowered. So that's why ideally you might want to bring 2 DPS, physical DPS characters. And the dragon is last. Also, before we go to the final boss, there will be one more mob phase. where you can build up your limit breaks. But also in those very hard crisis dungeons where you don't need to be scared about using some items. Of course it had to be Cloud. I tried to prolong it just a tiny bit because I wanted to heal. However, it's fine, we still have mob face. And I think in this dungeon we should have summon charge. So if you want, you should be able to use it. And here, physical attack, magical attack, or fire potency. I recommend to go with fire potency. And yeah, summon charge, so you can always give that boost to your hellfire to finish another boss much quicker. It doesn't cost a lot and your score will be much higher because of that. Oh, by the way, just when I was near Sahagin Prince, here's the rare chest. It's hard to miss, however, just so you know, in case you missed it, so you don't have to redo the dungeon. And those last normal enemies. And now we're ready for the last boss. And ideally you want to have your hellfire ready to just smoke him just when you can. But Gallonbaloir, always remember, switch the defense as soon as you get into the actual battle, because he always does the charge. And now we should be good. I just heal us just in case. However, we just go full DPS here. And we're almost done. I can actually go with Rune Reblow. No, one more time. But yeah, if we have Hellfire, he is instantly dead. And that's it, that's the whole dungeon. It isn't a irritating one, it's quite easy. Other than the poison, it's very doable. Oh, actually I got a high score, so yeah. The first time I did this terribly and I still got way above the S+ requirement, so you can use a lot of items if you want, or one of your characters can die in a boss battle and still you should be able to get a good score anyway. So thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next one.